Hello student, this is your 16th lecture of electrical machine 2. Today we are discussing about the question number 3. Explain different methods of producing starting torque in a single phase induction motor, because our single phase induction motor is not a self start. Okay. Or examiner can also ask like that, explain with winding and phasor diagram working of different type of single phase induction motor. Okay, so the single phase induction motor is a not self-starting motor. We already know that, and hence needs an auxiliary means or equipment to start it. Okay, mechanical methods are impractical and has a many disadvantages. So single phase induction motor is started by electrical means. Okay, mechanical methods are very impractical, and it is not applicable at every circumstance. Okay, so we are moved towards the electrical methods. Okay, it done by temporarily converting it to a two phase motor. Okay, so how we can convert it a two phase motor? In two phase motor, it consists of a main or running winding, or we can say auxiliary or starting winding. Okay, single phase induction motor are usually classified according to the starting methods. Okay, auxiliary means used to start the motor. Okay, auxiliary for auxiliary winding is used to start the motor. Okay, so according to the starting method, single phase motor is divided in two parts, mainly divided in two parts. First one is a split phase, and second one is a shaded pole. Okay, split phase is further divided into two parts. One is a resistance split phase, and second one is a capacitor split phase. Okay, in capacitor split phase, it is further divided in three parts: capacitor start motor, capacitor start, capacitor run motor, in which we have a two value capacitor motor. Okay, then we have a permanent split capacitor, in which we have a single value capacitor motor. Okay, this is the basic construction and working of single phase induction motor are explained below, in which in figure 3.11 you can see that two windings are there. One is a main winding and another one is a auxiliary winding. Okay, and we have a one centrifugal switch. In previous lecture I told that what is I already explained that what is the use of centrifugal switch. Okay, why it is necessary in a single phase induction motor. So this is the importance of this centrifugal switch, that when we have a two winding. Okay, and auxiliary winding is only necessary up to motor catch its normal speed. Okay, its rated speed. Okay, so when motor catch its rated speed, then this centrifugal switch is gets open. Okay, and due to this, auxiliary winding is come out from the circuit. Okay, and only main winding is present. Up, Main winding is only present in the circuit. Okay, so function, what is the function of centrifugal switch? Centrifugal switch is for removing the auxiliary winding. Okay, so this is the vector diagram of a two stator currents. One is a main winding current and another one is a IA auxiliary winding current, so that we get this phase difference. So now we convert this single phase motor into the two phase motor. Okay, now, basic construction of split phase induction motor, in which stator consists of two windings, main and auxiliary winding. The two windings are spaced by 90-degree electrically apart and connected in a parallel across the single phase supply. Okay, it has a centrifugal switch in series with auxiliary winding to disconnect it after starting period. Okay. Rotor, it has a only cage rotor similar to three-phase induction motor. So rotor is not different. It is same like as a three-phase induction motor. Okay. Basic working. Stator winding are so arranged that the phase difference between the currents in a two stator winding is large. Okay. And which is about ideal value being a 90 degree. Okay, so hence the motor behaves like a two-phase motor, and rotating magnetic field is produced. Okay, here, so now we have a rotating magnetic field when we add the auxiliary winding. Okay, this rotating field reacts with the cage rotor to provide the starting torque. Okay, when rotor reached at the 70 to 80% speed of the rated speed, the centrifugal switch CS connected in a series with auxiliary winding is gets open, and starting winding is disconnect from the supply. Okay, so this is the working, how it works. Okay. Now we have another type of split phase induction motor, and in which we add the resistance. Okay, we add the resistance in a auxiliary winding. Okay, so why this resistance is added? So the split phase, it has a two windings, main and auxiliary. The two windings are spaced 90 degree electrically apart, are connected in a parallel. Okay, high value resistor is connected in series, high value resistor. Okay, not this point, high value resistance, choosing a high resistance fine copper wire for a winding purpose with the auxiliary winding, hence it's known as split phase resistance motor. So now, what is the difference, why this resistance is connected? Okay, so if we connect the resistance, then you can see that currents is not exactly spaced 90 degree. You can clearly see here IA and IM not exactly spaced 90 degree, but it has some lower angle. So if we want to control this angle, then we can control it by the resistance R. Okay, so this is why this resistance is inserted into the auxiliary winding. And you can also see the torque and speed characteristics of split phase resistance motor, in which you can see that if only main winding is present, then our starting torque is zero, almost zero. But when we add the auxiliary winding, then it will boost up. Okay, starting torque will boost up, and we have a significant amount of starting torque, so that our motor can accelerate to its rated speed. Okay. The main winding has a lower resistance but a high reactance. Okay, the currents in a main winding IM lag behind the supply voltage VB, almost by 90 degree angle QM. The auxiliary winding has a high resistance but low reactance. Okay, so both are opposite type characteristics. Main winding is a low resistance, high reactance. Auxiliary winding is a high resistance, low reactance. The current in the auxiliary winding IA is approximately in phase with the line voltage, small angle phi A. Okay, the starting torque of split phase motor is proportional to the sine alpha, where A alpha is a time difference between the currents and two windings. Okay, phase angle phi between the IM and IA is a small, around 30 to 40 degree. Okay, so now hence the starting torque is small. Okay, so whenever we want the starting torque lower, okay, in some case, in some application we want the starting torque not so high. Okay, we want this a soft start. Okay, so in that condition, what we do, we insert one resistance into the auxiliary winding, so that our starting torque becomes quite lower, and as many as want we starting torque to lower, we add the resistance in the auxiliary winding. Okay, definitely it creates some loss, but some application need to start at slow rate, and this will not give that much loss, because our auxiliary winding gets disconnected after motor reaching to its final speed. Okay, so it does not affect much in the sense of efficiency. Okay, starting current of 6 to 8 times the full load current. Okay, as motors start reach speed around 70 to 80 degree of the full load speed, centrifugal switch connected in a series with auxiliary winding is open and starting winding is disconnected. Okay, for a small rating motor relay used for disconnecting. Okay, sometimes relays is used for disconnecting, and sometimes centrifugal switch can be used. Okay, starting due to heavy current in the main winding, relay get close hands. Auxiliary winding is in the circuit. Okay, as motor start rotating, the current will decrease in the main winding, which release the relay coil, and auxiliary winding is disconnected. So if we connect the relay, then these two last sentence explain how it works. Okay, and rating is range from 40 to 250 watt. Okay, so if we convert in a hp, then it is a 1 by 20 to 1 by third hp. Okay, and mainly its application is in fans, blowers, centrifugal pumps, separators, washing machine, small machine tools, and domestic refrigerator, etc. Okay, so in our refrigerator motor, also we seen the split phase induction motor. Okay, what is the advantage? There is only one advantage: cheap in cost compared to costlier capacitor motors. But there are number of disadvantage of this split phase induction motor. Low starting torque first, high starting current, which is not preferable. Okay, low running power factor. We want high power factor. So centrifugal switch maintenance and failure generally arise when due to the multiple time opening and closing the centrifugal switch. Okay, low efficiency, it has a low efficiency. Then to uh, to remove these all the drawbacks from the single phase induction motor, we design one new method which is called as capacitor start induction motor, in which we use the capacitor instead of resistance and all. Okay, so in capacitor start induction motor, we inserted a resistance cs in series with the auxiliary winding. Okay, so this is a diagram in which we can see that the torque is improved. Okay, so how it improved, we will see. So this is the one vector diagram. You always focus on the vector diagram. It gives many information. Okay, so you can see that here we have a voltage. Okay, voltage as a reference. Then we have a im current. Im current is a lag current because it is a inductive current, so definitely it will lag the voltage by some angle phi m. Okay, then we have a auxiliary current, but in auxiliary winding we have a lc combination. Okay, so we have the angle lead angle, we have a lead angle from the voltage. Okay, and this angle is phi a. So this is the vector diagram, and if we calculate the resultant one, then we get the resultant one somewhere here. Okay, ia. Okay, so now, okay, let me take this one. No, not this one. Okay, so yeah. So Semla is like as a split phase resistance type motor. He has a two winding main and auxiliary, but here we add the capacitor. So we got the angle somewhere between 80 to 90 degree. Okay, so phase angle between IM and IA is around 80 to 90 degree, compared to a split phase 30 to 40 degree angle due to the capacitor in a auxiliary winding. Okay, but here we have a high starting torque. Okay, and it produces a 3 to 4.5 times the running torque as motor start reach speed around 70 to 80 degree of full load speed, and again we use here a centrifugal switch to open the auxiliary winding, because we don't need this auxiliary winding during the running condition. Okay, as the capacitor is disconnected after starting period, it is known as a capacitor start motor. Okay, because we only use the capacitor during the starting, then after we remove we open the centrifugal switch automatically gets open. Okay, and capacitor will become out of circuit. Okay, intermediate duty electrolytic capacitor is used to reduce the cost of capacitor. Okay, because we don't need this capacitor in a running condition, so we use the electrolytic capacitor. Application is in the pumps. You might have seen the pumps where pumps is driven by the single phase induction motors. So there uh, you see the one capacitor is mounted above this motor. So this is the capacitor start type, or either वो capacitor split type motor भी हो सकते हैं. Capacitor start and capacitor run type motor will also possible. Okay, so it is used in a pumps, compressor, refrigerator, air conditioner, conveyors, machine tools. Okay, so whenever you see the capacitor over the machine, then it will definitely a capacitor type motor. Okay, high cost as a extra capacitor is needed. Okay, so this is the disadvantage, but we but it is not a genuine disadvantage. Okay, we cost is just more, but we have many advantages over the this cost. Okay, so it has a low running power factor, so this is the most important disadvantage. Okay, so we have to remove this disadvantage. High cost is a not a genuine disadvantage. Okay, then we have many advantages of this motor is high starting torque, low starting current. Then we have one disadvantage, that centrifugal switch maintenance and failure, and advantage is a high efficiency. Okay, so to remove these some advantages of this capacitor start motor, we develop the permanent split capacitor motor, which remove the one disadvantage from the normal capacitor start motor, and which is a centrifugal switch maintenance and failure. Okay, this advantage is removed in this motor, but it again gives some more disadvantage. Okay, so let's see. So here difference is only one. We don't have a now centrifugal switch. Okay, other are same configuration, vector diagram and graph. Okay. Okay, so hence the capacitor CP is permanently connected in our circuit, both at the starting and running condition, known as a permanent split capacitor motor and a single value motor. As the capacitor is always in the circuit, motor operates as a balanced two-phase motor and offer following advantages. First one is a motor produces uniform torque and has a noise-free operation, high power factor in a running condition as well as in a starting condition, higher pull out torque, and no maintenance failure of centrifugal switch. So this is the one of the most important advantage of this permanent capacitor motor. Then we have a high efficiency. Okay, as running power factor is also good. So but we have a low starting torque compared to the capacitor start, and high cost and large size motor. The paper capacitor is used in a motor as an electrolytic capacitor, cannot be used for a continuous running, because if we use the electrolytic capacitor in a continuous running motor, then it will get deteriorates the motor, sorry, it deteriorates the capacitor, and capacitor will be damaged, and we have to replace in a frequent manner. Okay, so we have to use the paper capacitor, and paper capacitor is uh, quite expensive than the electrolytic capacitor, and also it is not available in some big sizes. Okay, so mainly is it is used in a ceiling fans. Okay, we also say we see our fans have a capacitor. Okay, ceiling fan have a capacitor, so it is a permanent capacitor type motor. Okay, so ceiling fan, then we have a air conditioner. Okay, in air conditioner outside unit contains the fan. Okay, so this fan is also contain this type of motor, then blower, washing machine, etc. Okay, so to remove some disadvantage, we develop one new motor which is called capacitor start capacitor run motor. So we will see this motor in our upcoming lecture. So up to now, if you have any doubt related to this type of motor, then you can comment it down. Thank you. Okay, we will having only one motor is remaining, so we complete in this lecture so that we can move towards the next question in next lecture. Okay, so we will complete this today. Capacitor start and capacitor run motor. In this type of motor, we have a two capacitor. Okay, one is called CR, which is a running capacitor. Okay, and another one is a CS, which is a only present during the starting condition. Okay, so we add the two resistance and how it will affect our performance of motor. Let's see. uh, Construction is the same, main auxiliary winding, but we have a two capacitor in which one capacitor is permanently mounted and another one is mounted with the centrifugal switch. Okay, this is the vector diagram, and this is the uh, our diagram, or we can say the torque and torque and speed characteristics of capacitor start capacitor run single phase motor, in which you can see here in the main and auxiliary winding with a run capacitor only we have these characteristics. Means we have a high starting torque, but our maximum torque will be shifted. Okay, but and when the both capacitor are present, we got the very high starting torque, 200% torque, means twice the normal. Okay, and we get the maximum torque at very low speed. Okay, so this is the difference. Capacitor start motor has a high starting torque but low running power factor. Okay, capacitor this is the advantage of capacitor start, has a high starting torque but low running power factor, and permanently start capacitor motor has a low starting torque but good power factor. So we combine both the advantage and we develop the capacitor start capacitor run motor. Okay, in which we have a two value capacitor which will give the high starting torque as well as good running power factor. Okay, so both the advantage we get from the previous type of two motor. The capacitor start capacitor run motor has a cage rotor just like other motors, and its stator has a two windings known as main and auxiliary. The two windings are displaced 90-degree in a space and connected in parallel. There are two capacitors connected in parallel. One is used at the time of starting, known as starting capacitor, which is a electrolytic capacitor, and another one is a only intermediate duty, which value is a high. So it creates the high starting torque. Okay, as the motor reaches to 70 to 90 80 degree of full speed, this starting capacitor is gets disconnected from the circuit by centrifugal switch. Okay, the other one used for continuous running, and it is a running capacitor, and its value is small continuously duty, so we use the oil filled paper capacitor which provides the good running power factor and torque. Okay, so now we get the during the starting, when both the capacitor are in circuit, we get 590 degree above, while in running we got the 5 is equal to 90 degree. Okay, so torque and speed characteristics are very good than the previous motor, and the following are advantages. The motor produces a uniform torque and noise free operation, high power factor in a running as well as starting, high starting and pull out torque, both together as a two capacitor are used. Okay, starting torque is higher and pull out torque is also good. Okay, high efficiency as running power factor is good, but we have one another advantage, a disadvantage, that the maintenance and failure of centrifugal switches again come. Okay, so this is one disadvantage. And one another disadvantage is that the high cost and large size motor, and as a two capacitor are used, so it will cost more. Okay, so this is our two disadvantage. So according to application, we use the single phase induction motor. Okay, so they are used for a following requirement: high inertia load, a frequent start, and high pull out torque, and high efficiency, just like the pumping equipment, then refrigeration, air compressor. Okay, so in this application we need a higher inertia load, where we need to pull up this higher force. Okay, we want the high starting torque as well as high efficiency. So in that case we can use this capacitor start and capacitor run induction motor. Okay, so this is it for today, and in next lecture we will see the torque and slip characteristics of single phase induction motor. Just like the in three phase induction motor, we also see the torque and slip characteristics. So if you have any doubt up to this, then you can comment it down. Thank you.